Good evening, colleagues. Hopefully you are doing well. I'm George William Kamya to take you through some small concept. We are going to look at the concept of storage. We want to deeply understand how to store files on the computer. Basically, this video is made specifically for the beginners because there are so many videos out there who need knowledge when it gets to storing items, storing data and information on the computer. Okay, when we go into storage, it calls us to first understand some points. The basic point is understanding icons on the desktop and what different icons mean. Specifically, if we are talking about the icons that take us into the storage options that we can meet at the computer, we have basically one, we have this location in the topmost left corner. According to this PC, this icon is labeled as this PC. Then when we move downwards here, we have another icon at the taskbar, which icon indicates as File Explorer. So when you go through any of the two, then you can directly navigate to the different storage locations that we do find on the computer. That is File Explorer. Actually, if you try to look critically at this point, at this bar, it shows File Explorer. Then let us close it and see what if we go and open this PC icon. Still it shows this PC, but it gives us almost the same interface. And on this interface, if we look at the left pane of the interface, we have this PC, and under this PC we have different locations of storage. When we happen to look at this side, we have folders, and these folders, primarily these folders are located on a certain partition of the hard disk. We have the 3D objects, we have the desktop, we have documents, then we have downloads, we have music and pictures, videos. Those are different folders, but what we should keep in mind is that those different folders that are shown there are found or are located on a given partition of the hard disk. The hard disk is just an internal storage that is currently found in the computer that I'm currently using. If the computer doesn't have the hard disk, then it can be having the solid state drive. Most computers now have a replacement of the hard disk, and that replacement is the solid state drive. When we happen to navigate downwards here, under this PC we have different locations. Down here you have local disk C, and then when we click on it, it has different folders inside there. And this location, local disk C, is one of the partitions of the hard disk that is found inside this computer. And basically, local disk C, if the hard disk is partitioned, in most cases it is always the primary partition of that particular disk that is located in that particular computer. And local disk C, in normal cases, if you have deeply understood the concept of storage, local disk C should mainly hold the operating system and then should hold the softwares that are installed on the computer. Remember, I'm talking about a hard disk that has been partitioned. When I talk about partitioning, I mean breaking the hard disk into different parts, and these parts are the ones that I'm calling partitions. The reason as to why the hard disk should be partitioned is just to give us ease when we are at the point of storing softwares and then data on the computer. So this is partition C. If we move downwards, we have local disk E and then local disk F. So this computer holds or contains a single hard disk, and this hard disk was partitioned into local disk C, local disk E, and then local disk F. So it's always up to you onto which partition to save your data, to save your information. But keep in mind that as you are installing programs, the programs should be installed on partition C, because partition C is primarily the partition to hold the operating system and the different programs that run on that specific computer. Then there are still other locations of storage. Currently, I have a phone that is attached to this computer, and this phone is Infinix Hot 30i. If we try to click into this phone, it takes us to the phone storage. So I can now access the different data, the various information that is stored on the phone. But to access the phone's storage, you have to first go through some changes in the phone settings to allow it to communicate with the computer. Then when we move downwards this way, we have another storage media, another storage medium, which is the USB drive, and it is assigned letter G. And this is just a flash that is attached to the ports of the computer. And then we have another location, we have the network location. Let's say if the computer is attached to the internet, is connected to the internet, then we can be able to work with locations of storage on the internet. If at all the computer is connected to the network, that is, it can be a local network. Computers, when the computer is connected to other computers in that particular local setting, let us say the computer is connected with some other 10 computers in the school computer lab, there can just be a simple network, and this computer can be able to exchange communications with other computers in that local network. Then we can have that under network. So simply, if you are to store information, if you are to store data, you should always keep that in mind. Where am I supposed to save my data? Where am I supposed to save my information? Remember, we have said that according to the computer that I'm using, we can go through this PC, As you open this PC, let's say you want to access files, you want to save files on a particular partition of the hard disk. Let's assume that you have opened up a Word document. We are opening up a new Word document, and you would wish to store this Word document on any partition of the hard disk other than partition C. Then we're going to save as, then we browse. Browsing is just looking for the location of storage. If we go to browse, then we have different storage areas on the computer. Let's say I want to store my file on local disk F. I can choose to open local disk F and then provide the file name. Let me call it storage. So when I choose save and I close my file, I would wish to find out whether my file has been saved. Remember, we saved that file on partition F. I've opened the partition F by double clicking, navigating through the list, and then double clicking F. And then after I move downwards, I'm looking for a file which is storage, and it is just down here. As I double click, that file opens and it's a blank file. So we have successfully saved our file in partition F of the hard disk. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed night.